Hey guys, and welcome to Indie Direct. We look at nothing but new and obscure indie titles. And today we're going to be looking at Weakless, where as you play as these two Weavelings that seem to be the outcast in their tribe because one is blind and the other one is deaf. But the game starts off to where you're going to a ritual, it seems like, that is going to be birthing more saplings from the mother tree, and something's corrupted the sap. The plant life in the ecosystem around apparently seems to deteriorate due to this now corrupted sap. And these two Weavelings set out to find out what's the cause of all this damage. And of course you can switch between them. That's one of your main mechanics of the game, is you'll be switching between the deaf one to the blind one, each having their own unique traits to themselves, where the deaf one can activate switches and the blind one can bang his cane on the ground to either see his environment or to activate certain bong switches. And that's really all that there is. It is a puzzle adventure game. That's it. There's no combat, there's nothing else but puzzles and roaming and seeing these beautiful locations. I honestly would say the most unique thing about this game is switching between the two characters, because switching from the blind person, all you're seeing is basically an echolocation, grayed out map and small little areas, and hearing these strange melodies and notes that are going off by a whole bunch of different woodwind instruments. Then you switch over to the deaf Weaveling, where a lot of the sound has been very suppressed, but you're seeing this bright, vibrant, colored world, and seeing the contrast between the two is honestly really a stark difference. You really start to appreciate the environment when you're playing as the deaf Weaveling, but then you start to really appreciate the melodies and music tones that you're hearing when you're playing the blind Weaveling. And it's a strange thing that makes your senses heightened after playing one character a little bit longer than what you may have. Now, the puzzles in this game are not, I wouldn't say really even complicated. They're pretty straightforward and simple. You're not going to have very many issues with them. Really, the only type of problem that I actually had with any of the puzzles were the metal drum puzzles, to where you had to use the blind character, where you really have to just use trial and error, or until you actually catch on the symbols on the wall mean by pitch tone. And I didn't realize that till almost the very last one. There's also another small little mechanic. It's almost like your collectibles for the game. You can run through the environments, and the deaf Weaveling can actually find locations to paint the scenery and add it to his little book. And there's also different types of woodwind instruments that the blind Weaveling can actually pick up and play a little bit, and can be added to the book as well. Now, the last thing that I did want to touch up on was the story. A lot of people have had a problem with the story because it doesn't seem very interesting, and because really the ending is up to interpretation, to be honest. It's more or less you're just getting tidbits of information from paintings and from these weird little movie-looking slides that you'll get, and that's really it. And then when you come up towards the end and you see what's happening, it's really all up to interpretation. And the best thing that I was able to pull from it, and maybe people have gotten something different, is the industrialized world sucking out Mother Earth's heart. And that's basically it. But all in all, the game is 2 hours long, really, and it's about $15, which seems really pricey, but to be honest, just to see the environments, I was quite satisfied by spending that much money. This isn't going to be your run-of-the-mill game. This is going to be one of those far off and left field, type of art games, really, and story-driven mostly. I mean, it honestly reminded me a little bit of A Tale of Two Brothers, but of course not being very similar to each other, but it just for some reason gave that vibe off, and maybe it's just because there are two characters. But if you are interested in the game, guys, I'm going to leave a link down below. Check it out if you want to. And if you like the video, leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. We always post new videos. And like always, guys, I'll see you in the next one, and have fun.